All right, guys, you know how in late January it used to be that real dead time in the NBA, everyone just sort of biding time until the All-Star break? Yeah, not anymore. A few days ago, we had the Bulls at each other's throats, and today it is LeBron James going all waiting to exhale on Charles Barkley.
Not gonna
Yeah,
fly.
not just setting fire to the clothes, the car, but smoking the cigar afterward, too. All hail that movie, my friend. This all started last week when LeBron went public with his demands that the Cavaliers management get him more help with the back half of the roster. Charles Barkley didn't think too much of that. Here's what he had to say on TNT.
LeBron James' comments were blank.
Inappropriate, whiny, all the above. The Cleveland Cavaliers, they have given him everything he wants. He's the best player in the world. Does he want all the good players? He don't want to compete. And I love all these wild punk reporters on television who's afraid to call out LeBron. LeBron's a great player and a great guy. But this notion that he's got to have all the best players on his team. He's got Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love. It just pisses me off that a guy that great don't want to compete.
Now, this is hardly the first time Barkley has taken a shot at LeBron. Most notably, Barkley ripped LeBron for years after LeBron went to Miami, calling him a punk. And apparently, this time, LeBron had enough. He went off to ESPN's Dave McMenamin. Here are LeBron's quotes on Charles. He's a hater. What makes him credible? Because he's on TV? I'm not going to let him disrespect my legacy like that. I'm not the one who threw someone through a window. I never spit on a kid. I never had unpaid debt in Vegas. I never said I'm not a role model. I never showed up to All-Star Weekend on a Sunday because I was in Vegas partying all weekend. All I've done for my entire career is represent the NBA the right way. 14 years, never got in trouble, respected the game. Print that. Now, I have seen a bunch of folks this morning take issue with the fact that LeBron went too far because he got personal with Barkley. But I got to tell you, I don't really see some big magic invisible line LeBron crossed here. First, Charles Barkley is a grown-up. He has spent years on TV dishing out shots to other people. I promise you he can take it. He is not a delicate flower here. Second, you call a man a punk, you say that he's whiny. Those aren't basketball criticisms. Those are criticisms of LeBron's character. And LeBron's point back, and I think it's at least fair to raise, is that Charles might not really be in a position to criticize LeBron's character. You might not like that at the age of 26, LeBron made the bad choice of announcing his free agency decision in a TV special, but if that is his greatest crime, let's have a little perspective here. He has been a legit leader on social issues. He's never been in trouble with the law. He has been a great role model as a father. And by the way, you can say the same for Dwayne Wade and Chris Paul and Carmelo Anthony. And I have had a lot of conversations with all those guys over the years. I think what's coming out in these quotes is a lot of built-up frustration about the way they are criticized by the generation before them. Not just for what they do on the court, but for the way they handle their business. They think it's unfair, just like they think it's unfair their very friendship itself has been criticized, and that came out from LeBron last night, too. LeBron told ESPN, go watch the '93 finals. Barkley and Jordan laughing and joking with each other. Look, this was during the finals, LeBron said, but oh yeah, nobody was friends back then, right? LeBron then finished with this quote, obviously a reference to past banter on the TNT show that he's not just a player for the Cavs, but de facto GM and owner, too. LeBron said, I collect one paycheck from this. There is the owner. Griff's the GM. I'm the player. Screw Charles Barkley, he said. I am tired of biting my tongue. There is a new sheriff in town. And just in case you thought that was it, Dwayne Wade, the aforementioned, also chimed in just a couple hours ago saying, thank God LeBron finally said something. His quote is, when you got a history, when you can go and Google your history, you need to be a little bit careful with what you say. He said that guys sometimes just talk and talk. They forget about their history. He says Charles acts like he walked on water. I like the fact that Bron called him out and told him a little bit about himself. Humble yourself, Dwayne Wade says. So, my friends, been a busy morning. How do you feel about all of this, Byron? You want to take this one?
Woo, man. First of all, I'm not mad at LeBron for kind of going back at Charles Barkley. I love Charles, and Charles has been going at him for a couple of years or more. We all know that. Yes. And LeBron has kind of bitten his tongue for so many years. And I'm glad he's finally come out and said how he feels. And I think a lot of it stems from the way they're playing, though, right now.
Sure.
You know, in January, they're 7-8. They're not playing the way he knows they need to play to get to the final to win the championship. He knows that team in the West, up north, is playing some damn good basketball. They added a piece.
You talking about Sacramento?
No.
Yo.
The other team up north. Not the team that lost to Philly last night, the other team. They're playing damn good basketball. And the superstar that they brought in, well, that's true, but the superstar that they brought in has meshed in well with them. He sees them playing great, and he knows that if we don't get our act together and add maybe another piece to this puzzle, we'll probably see him in the finals, but we got no chance of beating him. And I think that's where all this kind of comes from, and the fact that over the years he's just kind of harvested this in his body and just said, I'm not going to say anything, and now today he said, I'm done with this. We lost last night to Dallas. I'm pissed off. I'm going to just tell it like it is.
You know, it's funny because we were talking about this earlier, me and George Sedano. I said the comments were made last Thursday. LeBron didn't talk about it until last night. What took so long? They said the Pony Express. You know? Sheriff, you got to get on that.
That was not as good as my Sacramento joke.
Nothing, whatever.
That Sacramento was good.
That's the ultimate punchline. Sacramento. You just got to say it. We all laugh. I think everyone here has a point, and everyone here also has a point where they cross the line. You said there's an invisible line. You didn't see anyone get crossed. I think both guys crossed the line. Charles crosses the line when he questions LeBron's competitiveness, right? That, as an athlete, that's your essence, right? Whether you stink or you're the best player ever, you never want anyone to question, do you even care about playing or winning, right?
Yeah, that's hard.
That's hard. You
that's
can't,
hard.
and that's not fair for Charles to question that. On the other hand, LeBron, while I agree with his point that I think we've made a lot about how nobody takes into account this current generation, the faces of the league, carried the league with such honor and virtue, never in trouble, never getting in trouble with PEDs. Or look at all the scandals they got in the NFL and Major League Baseball. We don't have any of those problems with our star players. Our star players don't cheat. Our star players do it the right way, right, and are socially active and everything like that. And what we nitpick up on them is, oh, y'all are too buddy-buddy.
Right.
Like, it's kind of silly. Like, this is their crime? Or, oh, you went and signed with Golden State. That's a crime?
Right.
So it is silly, and I'm glad LeBron brought that to light. But I felt like he could have made that point without picking personal issues about Charles, about what he's been through.
Charles started first.
I get it.
Charles started
and it's
first.
like he's not a flower. Now someone who did get a little more personal and took the opportunity to jump into this was Mr. Charles Oakley. I love LeBron James, everything you said about the hater. You need to stop drinking at work. TNT, can I stop by and get a drink? Now, of course, for those of you who are a little young, we should probably recount that Charles Oakley and Charles Barkley have a history. One has slapped the other. There have been on-court scuffles. The slap was not on court, so, you know, that's even worse. It's not good between them. But I like that Oak just, like, took a little minute there to dive in there, right?
That's on brand. Let me put it that way. That's on brand for Oak.